Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going on a totally cinematic, high-speed journey right to the bleeding edge of artificial intelligence. We are talking about tools that build hyper-realistic, studio-quality marketing campaigns from scratch, raw architectural breakthroughs that are completely shattering AI speed limits, and the mind-boggling financial realities funding this whole revolution. Whether you're a marketer, a developer, or just keeping tabs on the US tech scene, the sheer scale of what we're about to dive into will absolutely blow your mind.
Okay, let's look at our roadmap. Number 1. Automating the content engine. 2. Breaking AI speed limits. 3. Real-time language translation. 4. Coding agents with memory. And 5. A trillion-dollar industry. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Automating the content engine. Building hyper-realistic campaigns with Google Gemini. We're starting right on the front lines of the action. This isn't just about AI writing simple text anymore. We are talking about generating full, studio-grade commercial assets.
Look at how seamlessly a raw, basic brand idea transforms into a full-on cinematic campaign, all without ever leaving the Google ecosystem. First, you ground your brand in NotebookLM. Then you generate some incredibly realistic visuals with Nano Banana. Bring it all to life using the Omni video model, and finally, scale the whole thing out with Pomeli. It's honestly like having a Hollywood studio right on your laptop.
Now, what's really cool about Nano Banana is just how flexible it is. It lets you run instant A/B tests, erase objects with a quick sketch, and resize sleek ad creatives with zero hassle. Say you've got a square Instagram post, right? And you need it vertical for TikTok. Nano Banana recomposes the layout instantly, keeping that hyper-realistic studio quality totally intact, and it doesn't even chew through your generation limits. To scale this kind of realism, especially for a fast-paced US marketing team, you need absolute consistency. That's where custom Gemini gems come in to standardize your prompts. You can literally load a gem with your actual product packaging dimensions so the AI outputs true-to-life sizing every single time. Combine that with Google Flows, which basically acts like a full timeline editor, and you can lock in your brand's DNA. You can reuse the exact same photorealistic characters across multiple scenes, so no more expensive reshoots.
But there is a catch. Google's Omni video model, which produces incredibly strong physics and reasoning, is currently capped at generating 10-second clips. So, unless you want your cinematic masterpiece abruptly cut off right in the middle of a scene, storyboarding your ideas beforehand is absolutely essential. You've got to make every second of that 10-second quota count.
Wrapping up these front-end tools, we have Google Pomeli. Think of Pomeli as your tireless, automated art director. It literally pulls your business DNA, like your brand colors and taglines, straight from your website URL. In just minutes, it builds out polished, ready-to-publish social content, runs automated virtual photo shoots using your existing product catalog, and can even instantly spin up a functional campaign website so you can test your ideas. It's wild.
Section 2. Breaking AI speed limits. The architectural shift behind DiffusionGemma. Okay, let's look under the hood, because this represents a total paradigm shift in how AI actually processes information.
To make this super easy to understand, think about how traditional AI generates text. It writes sequentially, left to right, one word at a time, kind of like a slow vintage typewriter. But DiffusionGemma works entirely differently. It starts with a 256-token canvas of messy, noisy text and refines the whole block all at once. It's exactly like a master painter working on an entire canvas simultaneously. If the end of a sentence changes the meaning, it just adjusts the beginning on the fly.
This brilliant structural shift literally breaks the AI speed limit. By treating text as a visual canvas, DiffusionGemma can pump out over 1,000 tokens per second locally when you run it on an NVIDIA H100 GPU, which, by the way, is basically the gold standard for AI chips right now. It's built for blistering fast work.
And being able to see the whole picture really matters. Standard AI actually struggles with Sudoku because it just blindly guesses the next number, left to right. In fact, the base DiffusionGemma model initially solved exactly 0% of Sudoku puzzles. But after fine-tuning it with a training tool called Unsloth to understand the rules, its accuracy skyrocketed to 80%, all because it evaluates the entire spatial grid at once.
Moving on to Section 3, Real-Time Language Translation. Fluid global communication with Gemini 3.5 Live. We're shifting gears from text speeds to audio, and this tech is fundamentally changing how we bridge language gaps.
Now, this isn't that clunky, old-school translation software where you click, wait awkwardly, and listen to a disjointed playback. This model supports near real-time speech-to-speech translation across more than 70 different languages simultaneously. It literally listens while the person is speaking and translates just a few seconds behind them.
What makes this so highly realistic is that Gemini 3.5 Live actually captures and preserves the speaker's natural emotion, pitch, and rhythm. So if you're in New York enthusiastically pitching a client, the translation sounds just as enthusiastic to them over in Tokyo. It ditches the robotic voices and makes digital conversations feel completely fluid and deeply human.
This tech is aggressively rolling out across the Google Translate app and Google Meet, supporting over 2,000 language combinations. Companies like Grab are already testing it out for driver-traveler communication. And a really important detail here, Google embeds an invisible Synth ID watermark into the output. That way we can identify it as AI-generated and protect against the very real dangers of deepfake audio.
Section 4. Coding Agents with Memory. Xiaomi's open-source MIMO leap. Moving deeper into the tech stack, we've got a fiercely competitive war happening with coding agents, and Chinese tech giant Xiaomi just made a massive move. Let's be real. Most AI coding agents are great for quick tasks, but they suffer from amnesia. They totally forget your project's history during long sessions. While Xiaomi's MIMO code solves this by acting like a persistent assistant that never needs a coffee break. While the main agent writes the code, a sub-agent meticulously saves everything to an SQLite database, letting it instantly rebuild context if it ever gets lost. And the numbers absolutely back it up. In head-to-head benchmarks, Xiaomi's memory-first approach is rigorously beating Anthropic's Claude. We're talking 62% on SW Bench Pro and 73% on Terminal Bench. But the real kicker? In double-blind human tests with hundreds of developers, once tasks cross 200 execution steps, which is exactly when other models start forgetting the prompt, MIMO's win rate jumped above 65%. Beyond the performance, it's packed with super clever features. It runs right in your terminal, and there's this cool /dream command that compresses your session history every 7 days to clear out the junk. Plus, the pricing for the Pro model is highly aggressive, just $1 per million input tokens. You can generate massive amounts of code for less than the price of a cup of coffee. The whole global industry is definitely watching this closely. And finally, Section 5, a trillion-dollar industry, the massive financial scale of the AI revolution. We're zooming out from the software and looking straight at the corporate boardroom to see the staggering money powering all this. What's absolutely fascinating is the sheer scale of the computing costs happening behind closed doors. Check this out. Despite pulling in a massive $2 billion in monthly revenue this past March, OpenAI told investors it doesn't expect to actually be profitable until the year 2030. Let that sink in for a second. The infrastructure required to run these highly realistic models is just astronomically expensive. Yet, despite those costs, OpenAI's corporate engine is flawlessly prepping for the public market. They raised $10 billion earlier this year, hit over 900 million weekly active users, and they've systematically cleared out major legal obstacles, including a recent US jury ruling. They've even renegotiated their massive Microsoft partnership to get more freedom in the cloud. They are literally building a corporate rocket ship. All of this intense, unprecedented momentum culminates in reports that OpenAI has confidentially filed for a US IPO. Their target? A mind-bending valuation of up to $1 trillion. It just perfectly highlights how massive the financial bets on this life-altering technology have become. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. When we look at all of this, the highly realistic cinematic ad generators, the language tools instantly bridging human connection, and the architectural leaps redefining the speed of thought, is a $1 trillion valuation the peak of this industry, or are we literally just witnessing the starting line? Thanks so much for joining me today, and keep exploring.